There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Say goodbye, babe. Bye, baby. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I don't know what's going on with my hands today, but it's Sunday. It's a good day to have a good day. As you guys saw, I just went to go drop off Conrad. Unfortunately, he has to go on a work trip and leave me again. Anyway, him and I just now were discussing something that happened over the weekend before I dropped him off, and we were like bugging, like dying laughing about it, just because it was the most awkward situation. Something that you think you're just like, this should be out of a movie, right? Like, this is something that you would see in a movie scene and not in real life. Of all things, the universe, the timing, everything just brought this situation to me, and it was just like the most weirdest thing ever, but it was just so funny. So at the time it was a little awkward, but later it's funny to laugh at. So I just thought it was something that I had to share with you guys, because when you guys hear what happened to me this weekend, you're gonna be like, what? So Conrad decided to work over the weekend a little bit, and usually I take him to work in the mornings, but because it was the weekend, I didn't have anywhere to go. The kids don't have camp, and his daughter has her car back so she can get to work and stuff and get around just fine. So I was able to like sleep in a little bit. So I was like, heck yeah, like I'm gonna take that opportunity and run with it. So of all days, I'm like, babe, just take the car, whatever, like I'll just see you later. I don't have to go anywhere. I have a couple things to do at home, but that's it. Around the time he was gonna get off, I asked him, I was like, hey, I just got out of the shower. I was thinking maybe we could go to this happy hour that's on Saturdays. Let me know what you think. And then he was like, yeah, let's do it, but we're gonna be cutting it close. So I was like, listen, I will go get us a table, order some food. I'll just get a Lyft there and you can just drive there and meet me straight after work. He's like, all right, cool, bet, like sounds good. I get all ready, all dolled up. I'm trying to look good for my man as always, because you should always look good for your man no matter what. Did the best like makeup, the best hair, put on the cutest outfit. Like I was trying to, you know, I was trying to win my man's heart like all over again, okay? I pulled out all the stops. I even put on my long dangly earrings, which I don't even normally wear, okay? A girl went all out. Here is the kicker. I ordered my Lyft as I normally would, no big deal. I get the little text message or whatever that they're waiting outside. I'm like, all right, cool. So I said bye to everybody and I go outside, I get in the car, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just a normal Lyft ride, right? Get in the back seat, and you know, like it's usually like you talk right away with the person, or it's kind of like, you know, it's a little quiet and then like it's a little awkward, or I mean, in my case, I feel like I always start a conversation just because that's who I am. So I get in the car, it was a little quiet at first. It's about a 7-minute drive, not even that long, okay? It was like really just kind of down the street. And I just start talking to her, and I noticed that she's like very standoffish with me. Like I'm asking her a question. I'm like, oh, like, have you lived here all your life? Like I just moved here from Vegas a year ago, blah, blah, blah. And she's just being very like short and stern, like, yep, uh-huh. Not even turning around, not even looking at me through her rear view mirror like they usually do. Like none of that. Like she wasn't trying to have none of that. And I was just like, damn, like this girl's being like mean, you know what I mean? But honestly, like there's a lot of people who are that way out here and they don't even know that they're that way. I think it's just like an East Coast thing, that's just people are like very just straightforward, and you know what I mean? There's not a lot of people that like to have conversations out here. I've been places where they're like, you're not from here, are you? Just because I asked how their day was or whatever. I don't know. I guess that's not normal. But anyway, so I'm just having like trying to have a normal conversation with her. So I pull out my phone and I'm texting Conrad. I'm like, yo, like my Uber is acting hella funny, like for some reason. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to be cool with her. I'm trying to like have a conversation with her. She's not having it. He was like, oh, whatever, like you only have a couple more minutes left, like it's not even a big deal. Don't make it out to be a big deal. Because I always feel like, damn, like if people are being mean to me, it just makes me feel a certain way, especially if I'm going out of my way to be nice to you. We start talking. I told her that, you know, I just recently got married and I'm just trying to throw things out there so she can like, you know, like bite something. I'm just throwing the bait, waiting for the fish to just be like, arr, you know, and just start up a conversation. I'm thinking of like things that I could say that maybe she could relate to, or like, does she have any kids? Like all this stuff, right? So I asked her about the kids. And she was like, yeah, I have a one child. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I said, well, I just married somebody who has like 5 kids. And I said, it's been a huge change in my life. And I said, but you know, I wouldn't change a thing. Like, I'm very happy, this and that. She comes to a complete stop, okay? Like pulls over on the side of the road in the middle of the conversation. And I'm like now I start tripping. I pulled out my phone right away and I'm like, she just pulled over. I have no idea what's going on. That was the last text I sent to Conrad, okay? So I could feel my phone buzzing and I'm not even worried about my damn phone now. Now I'm worried about my surroundings, what's going on, why is she pulled over? We're in the middle of a conversation. We're definitely not at the destination that was on my LYFT, like, you know, for the directions or whatever. And I'm just like tripping, like what is about to go down? Like why is this lady pulled over? So this is the crazy part. So I'm sitting here bragging about my love life and my stepkids and how happy I am and that I lived here, I moved here from Vegas and all this stuff, right? And so she pulls over, doesn't say anything until the car is in drive. She puts it in drive and looks back at me like this and she goes, I don't want this to be awkward for you. She goes, but I know who your husband is and I know who you are. I literally wanted to die. I was like, am I being taken right now? Like, should we call the embassy and let them know like what's going on? Because I literally thought this was a setup. I thought maybe I have no idea. Maybe she just came to my house and I just got in the car thinking she was my LYFT and then it really ended up being something else. I don't know, but it was a really crazy feeling because I was out of control. I was in her car, the car doors were locked. I mean, when this happened, when she pulled over and said that, I started looking at everything around me. I started looking at the cars next to me. I looked to see if my doors were unlocked. Like, I was just like, how can I get out of here without, you know what I mean? Like, if something was to go down or something, I don't know. I mean, like, what more could she do? She's behind the driver's seat, so not like she could do much. But I was so freaked out. I had no idea what was going on. And so all she tells me was that she knew me and she knows Conrad, and she was like, it just took this long pause and we were just staring at each other for a good minute, like just eye contact like this. And I was just like, because I was speechless, like I didn't know what the hell was going on. And she was like, yeah, I know who you are. And she was like, Conrad's my ex-boyfriend. I said, what? Oh my God. Of all the people that could have picked me up for my LYFT, picked me up. Not only did they pick me up, they picked me up from his house, which clearly they know where he lives, so they already know that they were picking somebody up. She had to have seen my name on the LYFT, so she knows that it was gonna be me. Took her about 5 minutes to even say something because obviously I'm telling her everything about me and she didn't say anything at all. She was just like, yep, oh, that's cool, all right, like was just very like short with me. So once she told me that, it was like, I didn't know what the hell to say. Like I was so like dumbstruck. It was like I had seen a ghost. I didn't know. Normally I'm good when it comes to like kind of just getting my way out of things or like certain situations, or like if somebody tries to come at me the wrong way, then I know how to get out of it. There's ways to get around it. You communicate, you talk, you use your words. Lisette, use your damn words. But in this scenario, I just was like, I just froze. And so she was like, no disrespect towards you. She's like, but this is just very awkward for me. And she was like, do you mind getting another Uber? What? So you're kicking me out is what you're saying. I end up getting out of the car, okay? I'm like 3 minutes down, but in a car 3 minutes. So walking, it's a little bit different. And she really did tell me to get out and get another Uber. And I ended up having to get out of her car, and I ended up ordering another Uber. Well, I walked like half a block and then I ordered an Uber just to get me to the rest of the place that I needed to go to. But I was like, oh my God. Like, so not only does this whole thing just make you feel awkward as shit, but now you kick me out of your car? I was like, LYFT is gonna hear from me. I don't care who you are. You don't stop in the middle of your ride and let somebody out and tell them to get an Uber. Like, you got some personal issues going on that you need to get over. I was just like, listen, I don't know who this girl is. I'd never even heard of this girl, but apparently she knows me. She knows my whole story. Well, I guess because of YouTube. But I was just like, oh my God, like you're really kicking me out when we're 2 minutes, 3 minutes away from my destination. And she couldn't, I guess she couldn't keep going. So it was the most awkward situation that I had been in a long time. Like I said, I was dumbstruck. I couldn't even find words. I couldn't say anything. I was just like, oh my God, like I must have made her feel some type of way. I must have made her feel awkward. I must have put her in a bad situation, a bad spot. I don't know. But like, I just think about it. Like, if it was me, I don't know. Like, I'm friends with my ex's girlfriend. Like, I'm cool with pretty much everybody I've ever dated. Like, it's just weird to me that people aren't like that. I mean, I guess I understand why not everybody's gonna be friends with their ex-boyfriends, girlfriends, but I'm always very open to it. Like, if she would have told me that and kept driving, I would have been like, oh, that's cool. Like, oh, so you know what I mean? Like, how it is to date somebody with kids. You know what I mean? Like, I would have gone on with the whole ordeal. Like, I wouldn't have made it a big deal like she did. And it was just so awkward. And I just remember, I didn't even tell Conrad what happened. I just ordered my other Uber and I told him everything when I got there. And he was just like, what? Like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, first of all, I only dated her for 3 months and that was years and years ago. And he was like, for her to even trip like that and make you get out of the car is like a huge deal, because it was never even that serious with her. And I was just like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, I got kicked to the curb. But either way, I was like, Lyft, we need to have a conversation. I need to get my money back. I really didn't. I wasn't gonna do all that. I was like, you know what? Let her just do her thing. I even tipped her $1. I mean, it wasn't my normal $3, $2, but I mean, I figured I could at least be cordial and let her know by the tip, like, we're good. You know what I mean? But it was the most craziest, like, situation. And the funniest thing was hearing from Conrad that this girl wasn't even really anything to him. Like, she never lived with him. Like, they only dated 3-4 months. And he knew exactly who I was talking about, which is funnier. But he was just like, oh my God, like, I already know who you're talking about. That's the reason why we didn't continue to talk, because she was on some weird shit. She was very jealous. She was very just like off, right? So anyway, it was just like a crazy story, something that happened that I had to share with you guys, because I was like, imagine, I wonder what people would think, like, if I were to tell them what happened to me. Like, imagine if this happened to you, okay? You get dolled up from head to toe. I mean, like, shaved legs, armpits. I mean, I went all out, okay? All out. For you to be looking your absolute best, you get into a car with somebody that you didn't even know used to date your husband. And then you find out while you're in the backseat of her car that they used to date. And not only that, she makes you get out of the car and get another Uber. Like, I'm sorry, but I feel like if this would have happened to anybody else, they probably would have went off on her. I feel like sometimes I'm too nice, but at the same time, I don't change who I am. I don't stoop down to anybody's level. I am a great, nice, positive person. I would never go out of my way to start some shit that doesn't need to be started, okay? So I just tried to, I don't know, let the girl go, make her feel better by kicking me out of her car. I don't know what it was, but at the end of the day, I know where I'm at, I know who I'm with, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. So I'm sorry that that makes you feel some type of way, but what's even crazier is that she knew everything. It's like, I feel like she already knew everything about me before even meeting me. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. My whole life is on YouTube. I do videos with my husband, with the kids, with all of us. Like, we have a blast doing it. But sometimes I forget that there's other people out there that live in our community that watch too. It's just that I don't know who they are. So when I see them out in public, it's always usually a good time. It's always like, hey, it's on some love. But that time, it was like a little crazy. And it's crazy because I'm like even hot talking about it, just because it made me feel so awkward. Anyway, I just had to share this story with you guys. Let me know what you would do. Let me know down in the comments what you guys would do if this happened to you. I was just gonna vlog today and just kind of like say my goodbyes with Conrad, and then we talked about it in the car, and I was like, no, like, I need to tell these people what happened to me, and I want to know what you guys would do in this situation. So let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Of course, if you guys don't want to miss any action on this channel, make sure that you guys do hit the subscribe button, and as always, make sure that you have your notification on so you don't miss another video. And that's pretty much it. I love you guys so much. Until my next video, I will see you guys soon. Mwah! Bye.